Yo, what's going on YouTube? And welcome back to Goal Line Hockey. It's your boy Kevin Forte, and we are taking a look today at a massive signing for the Nashville Predators, a re-signing as they extend forward Filip Forsberg. This is a huge contract for the Nashville Predators as they keep their superstar goal scorer. This means way more than the contract itself. This is a signing that's going to help them going into next season, right? Imagine the perception that we have today compared to what it would be on July, whatever the first day of free agency is, and Forsberg didn't re-sign. It would have been pretty rough in Nashville, right? The perception of the team going into the summer would be different than what it can be now. The Nashville Predators signed an 8-year max-term contract on Filip Forsberg. And it's a hefty one. 8 years, $68 million contract for Filip Forsberg. $8.5 million per season. The base salary is the same every year. It's an 8.5 per season. It doesn't change as the contract goes along. It's not front-loaded. Straight up salary. No signing bonuses. So this isn't the Predators trying to maneuver the cap or anything like that. Straight up contract. Good deal for the Predators. I mean, like I said, I think it was more the fact, did Forsberg want to come back to Nashville? That's really what this came down to. They made that trade a couple days ago for Ryan McDonagh. I think that helped out their case. They're going to be bringing in guys, via the draft, hopefully over the next couple seasons. Joakim Kemell, who is a really good prospect and a goal scorer that could have been similar to Filip Forsberg. So he's going to have talent around him. And I think that Forsberg had to be sold on the idea of returning. And I think that, they got bounced in the first round in a pretty nasty fashion against the Avalanche. But, again, they were not the only team that struggled. Nobody went to a Game 7 against the Avalanche throughout the playoffs. They won the Stanley Cup. So maybe that perception in Nashville isn't as dire as everybody thought it was, right? So when you look at it in that sense, they add a 2-time Stanley Cup champion defenseman in Ryan McDonagh. They've got a team there that is capable of playing well. And I think the big thing that really hurt them at the end of the season was losing UC Saros. Nothing against Connor Ingram. He held his own, and he's going to be a good backup next year for the Preds, but again, when you lose juice, that really hurt their chances. Even down the stretch in the playoffs, of course, against the Avalanche, the odds were against the Predators. And when you re-sign Forsberg here, like I said, it means more than just signing him. This is going to have a lateral effect throughout the franchise. And, this is huge for them. And again, I always have this thing where when you hear guys on their final year of their deal and throughout the season they're saying, we'll see what happens, I always am going to first go to the idea of they aren't going to re-sign, because if they wanted to re-sign, they'd figure out a way to get it done. And it's hard to genuinely believe them when they say, we're waiting until the offseason and we'll evaluate it then. I'm focused on the season now, we'll figure it out in the offseason, because again, being an Islander fan, seeing John Tavares, that's all he told us all year. He wants to be back, and then he goes to his hometown team. So you've seen this before. We might see it here with Johnny Gaudreau, but the good news for the Predators is all this talk about Forsberg is officially over. He signs an extension, huge for the Predators. And listen, you got to think the legacy of the Predators maybe had something to play into it, right? He's going to be one of the best players in Nashville Predators history. And I think that does mean something to him, and clearly it does by signing this contract. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Again, the salary aside, $8.5 per year, it's not terrible. Some people have said it could be a little bit, murky on the second half of that deal. But if the production is worth it in the first 4 years of that deal, who cares about the last 4 years, right? At that point, if he is in his prime right now, scoring 30, 40 plus goals per season, who cares, right? Guys, thank you so much for watching, and let's go Preds.